You could have 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 5 passions. And you're wondering to yourself, what do I do with all this? You could think that you're in a state of confusion, trying to figure out which path to take, which one to leave. But do you know it's possible to actually go with all of them together? Today's episode is very interesting because we'll be talking to one Nick Gitau who was able to follow not only one, but a couple of more passions. So if you want to know more about what Nick Gitau has for you today, follow through till the end. So guys, we're right here with Nick Gitau. Let's get to know him. Let's get to know what he does exactly. So welcome, Nick.
Thank you.
Introduce yourself to our audience and tell them what it is that you do.
My name is Nixon Gitau. That's my Gene Coco ID. So my name is Nixon Gitau, but I go with Nick Gitau. I am an entrepreneur, and I'm also a communication specialist.
Oh, wow. Beautiful. So, what career did you pursue?
So I did journalism. I did a diploma in journalism at Multimedia University. Then after that, did a couple of just formal jobs but are not related to journalism. Then thereafter, now journeyed to now pursuing a bachelor's in business administration and management.
Oh, wow. So we want to understand, how exactly did you come from journalism all the way to business management? Like they're on two parallel sides. What happened in between?
Interesting question. Majorly because there's a very huge gap after I finished the diploma. Then started doing my bachelor's, which I'm still pursuing now. So I was trying to figure out what do I do. I didn't want to further my degree in terms of journalism. So I just wanted to find a complementary kind of course to be able to do, just something. So I didn't have it for the longest time. So I think in 2019, once I started the business and now journeying through it from 2019 all through 2020, is when I thought, why don't I do business administration as a course, just to understand business in itself, since now I'm already in it. Why don't I understand business and more local and international business? So that's why I pivoted to business.
That's why you decided to take the other route.
Yes.
So how did your parents or those close to you react to it? I mean, you studied journalism only for you to switch up later. How did they react to it?
I mean, to be honest, it was a smooth landing, majorly because there was already that proof of concept in a sense. I had already started the business. So now seeing that I'm able to do, and also I had a part-time employment doing, I was a project coordinator at the time, and I was also looking to just upgrade my skill set in terms of the NGO sector, looking at business and the NGO sector, because I was employed at I still am employed at part-time at that NGO. So looking at a course that complements business and what I'm currently doing, then what is that course? And that's business administration. So because it cuts through. So that's pretty much, that's why it was very easy to now think around business administration as a course to pursue.
And so they were okay with it? They were okay with it just?
100%.
So is it passion that led you to pursue business management, or what happened?
I think it grew into me in that circumstances now aligned towards doing business administration. So as I mentioned, the NGO opportunity, and now seeing how can I grow my skill set and my career towards what I want to achieve there, and also the business. How do I understand business both in a very broader way? How can I understand local business, which is the in terms of the Kenyan landscape, and the international business in a sense of, if I want to grow, since I want to grow the business towards like an international brand, how do I also position myself towards that such a business?
Okay, wow. So right now you're pursuing business administration.
Yes.
Is there a difference between business and business administration and entrepreneurship, or do they just blend together?
Yeah, I would say entrepreneurship is more, if I'm talking about the curriculum in itself, entrepreneurship is like a unit in a sense that now complements or adds into the broader business administration, right? But they are more, because business administration now comes into play because it's not just you starting your own business, but also employment in terms of a CEO, in terms of managerial kind of thing. Because again, there are majors into business administration.
Yeah.
You can actually major into management, finance.
Yeah.
You can major into marketing. Having also done business administration. So I think business administration is way broader than entrepreneurship. Yeah.
So why did you decide to go back to school and study business administration? Well, you can do it online and YouTube, you know, everything has gone digital, so people are using different platforms to learn these things. What prompted you, or what pushed you to actually pursue it as a career instead of going online?
Yeah, I think that was a more futuristic kind of view in terms of I'm thinking of myself being in boards, being in different aspects that also, like based on my work and also based on my reputation, then now being in boards of different businesses or boards of the public sector in terms of like a parastatal or something like that. Then thinking about that, then at that level you need to also have qualified with papers that also kind of like introduce you in a sense. So I thought of it as, why don't I pursue a bachelor's that will also like give me a bit of more knowledge, grasp of it, and also like credibility in entering a room. So that's pretty much why I thought of now doing a bachelor's in a reputable organization or other institution. Then I think it was a more futuristic view as opposed to now what I'm currently doing now.
I get it, because I'm imagining walking into a room and telling them, oh, I have studied you via YouTube, I know what I'm doing. They'll be like, well, Rudy darasa alafu, we'll talk later.
And much as that works, that works, especially where people your work definitely speaks for you, right? So you might work to a point that you don't need papers to qualify you to enter into a specific room.
True.
But I wanted that backing of that credibility of you actually studied this thing, you're knowledgeable about it, you also have proof of concept of what you've been able to do and you're doing well. So which means you're not only bringing in street smarts, knowledge about it, as much as you've grown into industry knowledge, you're also bringing a more set base of curriculum knowledge. And I think that's where it was a more futuristic view as opposed to now this short-term kind of thing. So I'm actually investing this time and now for 10 years, 20 years down the line. I mean, if it doesn't take more time, but 10 years down the line, thinking of myself in boards, and I've also seen the fruits of that now. I'm already seeing the fruits of that now. So where a couple of people are engaging me in different conversation, and much as they don't know I'm studying, actually just few people know I'm studying right now, but I'm also able to understand that I'm also able to be very effective in those rooms now because of what I'm acquiring, because of the knowledge I'm acquiring right now.
Oh, okay. That is nice. By the way, you need to go with the full package when you're going to look for that job. Don't just go with the little that you have. Make sure you're all rounded such that they won't have a reason to turn you down. So how is it juggling school, work? How is it?
And business.
Yes.
To be honest, it's not as easy as it sounds, but I would say for me it has definitely been the grace of God. I totally attribute it to the grace of God. I think most of my friends, most of my close friends also don't know how I do it, and I also don't know how I do it.
That's why we also want to know how are you doing it, because there's a lot.
I would just say it's literally, it's just nothing in short of the grace of God. It has been the grace of God, for sure. But also just on the practical aspect is just prioritization, number one. And of course, there are some days where it's not like all glamour. So there are some days where you're falling short of something. So you're giving time to something that something, then the other one has to sacrifice time. You know, like it's a bit of juggling around there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been good.
But you're doing it. So even our audience back at home, you can also do it.
Yes.
Yes, be encouraged today.
Yes, but if I mention like, so my school is part-time. It's not like a full day. So which means since I go to classes in the evening, I'm able to do all these other things during the day. Make sure that I'm doing every other thing during the day, then now go to school in the evening. Yes. Wow. Yes.
That is nice. So it's possible, guys. If you're looking to work, go back to school, you can still do it. And how was it? Let's go back kidogo. How was the transition from journalism getting into business management? How was it for you? Did you feel like you have moved back a few steps because you had to start from scratch, or what happened?
I would say yes. I definitely felt, majorly because my peers have already done their bachelor's, they're doing their masters, and all of that.
Yes.
And so for them, if somebody started at a diploma level, then they went straight to their degree immediately. Yeah. I didn't do that. I actually took like about like a 3-year break. Yeah. So the transition, even going back to school, was such a culture shock for me. Yeah. But it was, I think, just based on the fact that I was able to just like adapt. After the first semester, you just literally adapt. Yeah. So I was just able to adapt, but it definitely, even now, feels very foreign to me that I'm in school, right? And now, as you've said, more responsibility now gets you to have like, I don't know, like you now have a lot of responsibilities in that. School is just like something that you do, much as you're also really focusing on it. Yeah.
Wow.